Hello everyone, this is CW here, and wow, what another great year for Sonic the Hedgehog. I was not expecting this, and it has been over 10 years since one of the worst Death Battle episodes have happened, and I even called it out on predicting that this could have been the next matchup. And Shadow versus Mewtwo, the rematch between the ultimate life forms. And not gonna lie, this is an exciting one as this one can go either way, and I want to apologize. I accidentally spoiled one of the reactions from Maya's video stream last night, and she did not take it. Well, I slept the night regretting it. But besides that, let's just get into it. As I said, I am excited this matchup, and this is going to be complicated, as there's going to be three categories for this that's going to decide the factor. When it comes to the stats, the abilities, also hacks, main abilities, and the life forms, basically the uh, super forms. So let's just get into it. So if we could, as you know, with Shadow, with the ultimate life form, you cannot discuss scaling without scaling to Sonic. And as explained with Metal Sonic Physics Cell, Sonic should have has shown to time and time again, even without his power ups and the impulse, to be highly infinite to immeasurable. As shown with Sonic Generation, is probably his best feat. He has shown both classic, both his classic form and modern form were able to bring back to life the in white space. Basically, move with the speed alone was able to bring life back. And white space has confirmed to be like a dead zone now, to the point where there is no time and space in it near the end of the game, and proven in Shadow Generations, when Doom liked to try to take it over and all. This also can be compared to Imaginary World, which is apparently a fifth 5D and all, which is apparently one of the parts in it is the fourth dimension, which is the Luma, which is the Infinite Dreams world. And as shown with Terra's channel to prov up with the whole multiverse with being infinite and all. But how does Mewtwo compare? Well, kind of almost similar, as Mewtwo without his physical form, any power ups and all, can create black holes just by using his energy and all. And like I said, as explained with the Pokemon cosmology, it has been stated many times, including with Arceus. I have been using blogs for this, so I'll put them in the link. They're very great and well detailed, especially one of them putting all the versions in, but we'll be focusing on the games. They have shown to be infinite time and space thanks to uh, creation of Arceus and the trio creations like Palkets. This also would include Ultra Space and the reflection case that links to mirrors in different universes in the distortion world. So about 5D in all, while Shadow and all shown to be 5D and all. Well, also 5 to 7D because of its scaling. We'll get into that later. But let's talk about the main abilities. This one is going to be the main one. Shadow has most iconic ability, as you've shown here, is Chaos Control. Chaos Control doesn't just stop and all. It has the ability to control time and space, as shown with Sonic 6, with him kicking Silver, where he can use to slow down time or stop it completely. And shown through many times, has shown other abilities. He has his inhibitor wings, which basically, when he takes them off, he can maximize his power. But as shown with Mario Sonic Olympic Games, it can tire him out, as well as many vehicles, guns, his items and his whips, vehicles, and the item pocket power ups. These power ups, including as we get in later on, are able to take on beings such as Solaris that can basically destroy the whole infinite multiverse of Sonic 06. in Sonic 06. But let's talk about Mewtwo. And as you know, Mewtwo is basically a psychic Pokemon and is considered to be one of the strongest Pokemon ever created. And as shown in Smash Bros, he can create energy projectile. He can basically control energy that can create shadow balls. He can use his telepathy to com- uh, to confuse people as well as reflect them. He can teleport. He can disable, which basically can stun them, attack the person's nine, and this is also considered his most powerful and main move, Side Strike, which basically fires a psychic projectile and like attacks them and reflects them back. It's very powerful to the point that he can mind control and absorb energy and brainwash people. He can, and apparently, so he can use almost all of the Pokemon moves, from side moves to laser to beams to also foresight, where he can read people's mind and see into the future with precognition, and create barriers and heal himself. Like a lot of good items. But let's talk about their trump cards, their super forms. And what basically this is where the tide turned, because when it comes to trump cards, it was without a doubt probably goes to Shadow because of his super form. Super Shadow alone can is powerful enough, as you stated before, to take on basically entity gods such as Solaris, Time Eater, and Black Doom that was able to affect reality and could destroy time and space and the infinite multiverse that they have, even inside and outside. But it does have a time limit, as shown with Azori rings and all. But like with invincibility and like increasing stats to the max and amping his abilities like Chaos Field, it's not dope. Even without, he has a backup one, as shown with his fight with, as mentioned, Selphus' Metal Sonic that evolved Shadow or Doom Shadow. He basically, it is confirmed as a super form, as shown with his, he was able to defeat Neo, uh, Metal's Overlord, as well as Neo Doom Devil. And like I said, with it enhances his abilities as well as to morph into anything. Get wings, enhances chaos spears, kicks, can transform and all. And this is, but with Mewtwo, he has his X and Y form, as shown with the Smash Bros. Thing, that with the Mega Evolution that can amplify his abilities, stats, as well as his ability, as well as give him specific XYZ moves. But his trump card has to be in the Pokken tournament, as you've shown Shadow Mewtwo, which is basically can create pocket dimensions, slow down time, and like is extremely powerful to make his own dimension and all. But this is not even counting with his chaos abilities for Shadow, which with just one chaos element, he has Dark Shadow or Hero Shadow, which basically for a specific amount of time he has unlimited energy for a few seconds, but he can basically stall down time with Hero Shadow with Chaos Control, can speed up or slow down time to a still, and or use his Chaos Blast for destructive power. But at the end of the day, when you compare, like, I will admit, I probably did poorly on the cosmology on Pokemon because, like, when it comes to compare it, even though Mewtwo has stated to be the strongest Pokemon and has fought most of the legendaries, he has not shown to like battle like the gods of Pokemon, such as Trio Creation and Arceus. Those are the main. Meanwhile, you have Shadow, who has shown time and time again to be like Sonic's greatest rival and keeping up with him, as well as becoming a main factor in most of the events of Sonic 06. And even though that Mewtwo can mind control and all, Shadow has shown mental resistances and all to those types of techniques. And in canon, like in the game, it's not officially been affected by that. But it does not mean that Mewtwo is out. Like he can still win this, as he can has like me first and all, where he can basically copy Shadow's stats and all, which could like amplify him, as well as most importantly, harm Super Shadow thanks to Sonic Frontiers with the Cyber Fist by attacking his soul and all. So that actually can counter his invincibility. However, when you count in Doom Shadow and all, and as well as his items with the whips and like the invincibility and all, like there's a lot in the rings. Like Shadow has a lot of counters and all, and most importantly, it does not counter that even Mewtwo has infinite speed and Shadow does. Shadow has many ways to be faster first, whether it's his main chaos powers, which is going to play a big factor with its rifts, healing, and like destructive power with chaos control. Chaos control alone is going to be a big factor, as Mewtwo has not shown any resistance to this or his own abilities to cancel or counter chaos control and all. That's going to be a bit. Most importantly, like no counter to the chaos animals. He could technically steal them, but Shadow or like drain the chaos animals. But Shadow's using his emotions can like bring the chaos animals back to him, and most importantly, use his emotions to recharge the chaos animals for more use as like a second battery. So no matter times around, the main question is if Mewtwo can not only can like outsmart Shadow, which he most likely could, but the main problem is if he can outlast Shadow. And most likely I say no, because like Shadow at the end of the day has like I said, he has better arguments of like controlling speed, better evidence of like the super forms and the chaos emeralds like being a big factor in this fight in his abilities. And Mewtwo does have his advantages, such as better barriers and Pokemon movesets that could swap his stats. Counter, he can kill Shadow, like he does have it there. Especially with his telepathy still able to read Shadow Mind and like see the future and all. That's going to play a big factor. But at the that's a spoiler for next time, but I'll talk more to it. I'm basically doing this is supposed to be a surprise, but basically I'm going to try to do a new prediction, and with like the Hyper Bleach channel, I'm going to do it. So see more of that in the future. I'm going to try it out. But back to the point. Mewtwo can win this. This is without doubt similar to Groover's Mega Mind. This is a huge 50-50. And this fight can go out of the way. But however, when you compare to their abilities and all, especially with their cosmology, even if Mewtwo is even or stronger, Shadow has ways to counter and most importantly can outmaneuver Mewtwo more than times than not. Now, like I said, Mewtwo can win this without a doubt. However, in my opinion, I think that Shadow, given his chaos abilities and most importantly his speed and super forms being a big factor, like his trump cards being a big factor in this fight, I say that Shadow should win more times than not. But this is the end of my video. Like I said, very excited, so I want to hear your thoughts. Hope you enjoy this episode, comment your thoughts and all. And like I said, I'll probably just I gave up on the previous 2 episodes, so I'll just upload them and all. Like I said, audio collected with the reactions, but I still hope you enjoy. So thank you all for watching. Stay awesome, and see you next time.